Gottlieb's tastes good like a beer should.
You said it. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Try a frosty cold glass of Bavarian right away.
What's that you say? No boulder dash or baloney here.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to the Unfiltered Gentleman. No matter how you take your hooch, we've got something ice cold and on tap. Now, serving it to you straight and unfiltered, here are Greg, Scott, and Dan.
That's right. Welcome in, everybody. It's us. It's the Unfiltered Gentleman. Thanks for listening. Thanks for drinking along with us. I am Greg. Over there is the inventive keynote Scott.
And that's the key right there.
And must be hot over there because we got Ball Soup Dan.
The boys are soaking today.
Need that kiddie pool, I'm telling you.
Oh, my God. No kidding, dude.
Drop the peaches in the pool.
Of all of our cities, he's probably the coolest one.
That's probably true.
Yeah,
He's
and his
definitely
balls
the
are
closest.
melting there. So
Yeah.
He's closest to water, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to hear that, Ball Soup.
yeah.
It's okay.
Explains no clothes.
That's true, yeah.
Explains your sans clothes
I
over
thought
there.
this was chat roulette. That's why I just...
It's a good-looking banana hammock you got there.
Yeah, thank you.
Next time a little shaving will go a long way.
It's chat roulette. I don't got to do that.
That's true. That's true. Shout out to our top listening city of last week, and I wouldn't have believed it myself if the stats didn't stare me in the face, but cheers to Mexico City.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on down there, but thanks, Mexico City. Very cool that you're listening
Yeah.
to
What are
us, the gents.
yeah, mucho bien.
Yeah, Los Gentlemen de Unfiltered, I think
Sí.
is what we're called down there. So
¿Cómo
thank you.
estás, you all?
See. So thank you all for listening. Thanks for joining along. Let us know what you're drinking down there. Hopefully it's not the Corona. That's I hear 40% of people are afraid to drink it.
Yeah, don't do that.
And our burp word of the week is Alpine. We'll get to that in a little bit. Alpine is our burp word of the week. Don't forget when you're on the socials to hashtag show us your beer and subscribe to us. We're always posting pictures of what we're drinking and what we talk about on the show. And rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, all that stuff. Because it helps other people find us in the weird algorithm that is life. I think that's all the business. Let's get down to the real business and find out what Dan's drinking over there.
Grab your libations, pals. It's time for beer of the week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
All right. So I'm drinking Permanent Vacay, and that's from Pizza Port Brewing Company. They got 7% ABV, 65 IBUs, which I felt is kind of odd. Like I was like, I think it's a little more than that. It tastes a little bit more than that to me, at least.
All right.
3.89 on Untapped. And the from the brewery, I gotta need some breath here.
Warm up those vocal pipes.
Oh man, it's a long one. Okay, Permanent Vacay is the ethos of a relaxing and stress-free way of life. We made this IPA as a reminder that rest and relaxation are always within reach. All it takes is one sip. A subtle grain bill of 2-row and Pilsner give this brew a light body and crisp mouthfeel with a clean, dry finish. Hopped with generous amounts of Citra, Meridian, Motueka, damn it,
That too.
and melon. Expect flavors of lemon peel and tropical fruit reminiscent of a relaxing day at the beach or a restful mountain getaway. Your choice. As long as you've got this beer in tow, every day is a permanent vacay. Wow, that's a very good description. And yeah, like I said, just it's got that dank kind of malt. This is definitely a Dan beer right here.
Nice.
And I'm really surprised though that it's only 65 IBUs, because those IBUs they're coming at you, man. You can
They're
taste
shining.
it. It's good stuff. I like it.
I'll let you take a sip of that. Yeah, I don't think I've had this one from Pizza Port, but they've been turning out. I mean, they've been doing it for years. They're always putting out great beer, and that's quite the hop combo there.
Oh,
Citra,
yeah.
Meridian, Motueka, and melon. That's some hoppy goodness.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's low on the IBUs, but there's just so many hops in there. It just they're coming at you.
Kitchen sink of hops. How is it?
Oh yeah, good stuff. I like this one.
Citrusy.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it's got citrusy, but like I said, I'm maybe because it's been a while since I had an IPA. But, I'm just getting hit by that dank and that malt flavor right now. But yeah, it's just got some citrusy and stuff. But
Look at all the hops we've got.
how do you describe the hop flavor? Yeah, good stuff.
Very nice. Yeah, they're putting out some good stuff down there at San Diego. A lot of all California beers today, as we will find out as the show goes on. A couple from San Diego. God damn, I miss San Diego. All right, we got a lot to get to. Of course, a little crotch talk. Scott's got a beer he's going to talk about. A little sports news. I've got a beer to talk about, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Dan watched a movie. I even watched something I'm going to talk about.
Oh, hey.
Of course, we'll wrap it up with some booze news. Nothing like a holiday weekend to bring out all the drunk idiots. All right, let's kick things off.
I stayed home.
Have a grievance to share? It's time for crotch talk.
Did the world a favor. Speaking of the 4th of July holiday, I was going to ask you guys what you did. I went over to a friend's house, had a little pool party. And when I say party, I don't mean lots of people. There was, I believe, 6 of us. So very small pool party, Rona pool party, if you will. And did some swimming, did some drinking, did some more drinking. And then around like 6 in the evening, I was like, shit, I'm hammered. I should probably slow down. And I took like 3 hours off and was pounding some water and eating some tacos.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, nothing better than tacos. And they got pastor and carne asada.
Oh.
God, I did some damage. Did some damage to the toilet next day too. So I had tacos for like 3 hours in water. And then after a few hours, I was like, all right, time to pick it back up. And drank my way until like 2, 3 in the morning and passed the fuck out. And Sunday, I gave my liver a break.
Hey.
Wow.
It's one of those mornings like, whew. Had 1 or 2 beers the whole day. I was like, Saturday was a bit much. It was a lot of fun. And it was nice because it was like 90 here. So dunking the fellas in the pool and cooling things off. No ball soup for me.
That's good.
It was good times. What about you guys? Did you do anything for the 4th?
For the 4th, I just kind of hung out with my parents and my brother. We kind of all got together, barbecued some burgers, and hung out with my niece. And
nice.
Yeah, it was cool. I think during the week I took some time off actually, and I played some basketball with my buddy, and that was fun. But man, it's getting hot now, man. I don't know if I could do that again. It's just too hot.
Now you got to wait till like November to start that back up.
You know what I'm saying? And it's too bad we just got started. It's like, pick it back up in a couple months.
It's going to be like the NBA season. They're going to start and the Rona's going to shut them down. Have to pick it back up in a couple months.
I know, right? It's true.
It's probably what's going to happen. What about you, Scott? Any
best weekend ever. I just stayed by myself. Didn't go anywhere. Just stayed home.
All by yourself?
Me and the dog.
Oh, okay. Drink alone. You and your best friend?
I just pretty much drank all day the 4th, and then I guess I dozed off because I woke up. Some people doing fireworks woke me up.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm looking around. Where's the dog? Couldn't find the dog. I figured she probably heard it. She's hiding somewhere. I finally found her hiding behind the toilet. So.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Yeah, shaking and scared. Yeah, so I just cut the night short and said, let's go to bed. And
fucking fireworks.
I forgot about that. That's right. When I went home, I just put up a lawn chair in my backyard and just watched my city put on a show.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
And by city, I'm sure you mean neighbors.
Oh, yeah, for
Not
sure.
the city
the cities weren't allowed, but the neighbors had a good share of them.
They told the hood, it's up to you guys now.
Which honestly was probably a better show than what the city
It usually is. It's pretty amazing. I mean, just because you're not that close to it usually when you're watching it from the city or whatever. It's a safe distance away. Where this one, like, you can hear it, like, when it goes up, like, poof, it's like, oh, shit, I felt that in my chest. And then, pow, and you hear, like, car alarms going off and everything. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hated, like, the next day. It was bad enough. It's 4th of July. Dog's just scared out of his mind. He's running. He's hiding in my lap the whole night. Poor thing. Then Sunday, like, middle of the day, they're shooting him off again. It's like, bro, it's fucking 2 p.m. How good is that firework going to look?
No kidding.
Idiot.
Yeah.
So
even like I worked Friday night, and when I came home from work late that night, I come in and I can't find the dog, and she's under the couch. She's never under the couch. She's usually on the couch, in the bed somewhere. Mm-hmm. And what are you doing under the couch? And I finally figured out I had probably fireworks going on. So.
Fucking people, man. And I'm all for it, but like, can we keep it to like an hour?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they go crazy. Yeah.
Can we not do it at 3 a.m? Can we give my dog a little bit of a break? Please.
Yeah, I actually had one guy come into the establishment I was working at and bought Benadryl. And he said he's got 2 dogs, a Chihuahua and a Pit Bull. And was like, guess which one's going crazy? Well, the Chihuahua. I goes, no, the Pit Bull is freaking out.
Oh, geez.
So he got her Benadryl to hopefully calm her down.
No.
Hey, we give Marty the brew pup Benadryl sometimes. He has bad allergies, and it actually works. It also knocks him the fuck out.
Yeah, that's what he was hoping for.
Yeah.
He's like this. Yeah, the pit bull is going crazy right now.
Yeah, we were doing it for like a week one time because his allergies were just going nuts, and he was eating his foot, and we just had to get it to stop. But that was a week of drunken Marty. I felt so bad. Then we finally figured out we could give him what's that? Zyrtec, which is another allergy pill, and doesn't make him tired. So, anyways,
that's good.
Well, he said there's the Pits. Well, one of the dog stores, I don't know, have some kind of a CBD drug now to give the dogs. I know nothing about it, but it's past. They were already closed, so
oh yeah,
Benadryl.
Somebody was telling me on Sunday that they give their dog CBD and it helped calm him down. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get that for Marty then because he's a total wreck with fireworks.
Yeah, I think I seen an advertisement for that, and they had like a picture of a dog and a cat, and they just like look stoned out of their minds. Look like they're sitting next to some nachos and like watching some Family Guy or something.
I tell you, there was nothing funnier than when Marty had his teeth cleaned and they had to put him out. It was like a real teeth clean. They put him out. This is like back in February, and we went to pick him up, and he was just coming out of it, and he sees us from down the hall as he's coming out of the room. And he gets excited and starts to run, but it was like a baby giraffe, and he couldn't really do it.
Oh.
He's like slipping all over the floor, and then we get him in the car, and he's just got this super stoner like look on his face the whole ride home. Oh, it was the best. It's like you should get stoned with us. What else? Oh, I did. Disney Plus, the Disney streaming service, put Hamilton up on their thing, and people were freaking out like, we got to watch Hamilton. So I watched it. I watched Hamilton, the musical. I have to admit, it was pretty good.
Oh, really?
The music was good. As a fellow hip hop lover, Dan, I think you would like the soundtrack at the very least.
Oh, okay.
My big complaint is it was fucking long. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, I should have split that into 2 nights. I didn't realize how long it was going to be. But other than that,
that's interesting. Is it like they actually did it on the as a play and recorded it, or is it like okay?
Yeah, they got the whole cast, the original cast, back together because now it's touring and it's like the B team or whatever. But they got the original cast back together, and I guess what they did was they shot 2 performances with no audience, and then a 3rd performance with an audience, so they would have like the crowd shots and everything, and edit it all together. And from a production standpoint, it was very well done. My only complaint on the technical matter, and this is only because I do this for a living, is the mix, the audio mix. Sometimes it was hard to understand some of what they were saying. Like the music was a little bit too loud in some spots where their voices weren't loud enough. Didn't happen too often, but that was my one complaint. I was like, what did he say right there? And then I listened to one of the songs off the soundtrack. I was like, oh, this sounds like a real rap album. Like I could actually listen to the soundtrack. It's well mixed and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go back and listen to the soundtrack because I missed some of the music, but it was pretty cool. It's a good watch. I recommend splitting it up over maybe 2 evenings because it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, that's interesting because I wondered how that was going to look, and I'm glad they kind of went with the the production, the way it was. It's like a play as opposed to trying to make it like a movie like they do with a lot of this other shit. Like it sucks because like Rock of Ages was a really good musical if you went to go see it, but the fucking movie blows ass, which I didn't watch, but like that's what I heard. It's like terrible.
Well, same with The Producers. I don't know if you've ever seen The Producers, but funny enough, it started off as a horrible movie, then became a really good musical. It's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
I saw it on stage, I don't know, 15 years ago. And then they made a new movie out of it. I think Will Ferrell was in it. And not great. Not a great movie.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the stage show is really good. So, yeah, I'm glad they didn't totally kill it with a movie or something. So, I'm sure they still will. It's Disney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to, the quest for more money continues.
Yes. It's a never-ending quest.
That greedy fucking mouse.
Yeah, I know. A lot of cheese to buy.
That's right.
All right, that's all I got. Anything else? Any crazies with this Rona coming in the retail establishment? Anything going on?
Just I had one old lady. Everybody's supposed to wear a mask.
Right.
And some stupid lady, she's wearing a scarf, but she has a scarf all the way around her face and her head. Never covered her nose and her mouth.
Sure.
Just covered just right all the way around her. You can see her face and everything, but I guess she thought that's the way you're supposed to wear it. I don't know.
Great. Or it's her weird protest or something.
Maybe. She's really old, so. And then she bought more scarves. So.
Did she really?
Yeah.
She walked in there, bought a bunch of scarves, like, I'm buying masks.
I'm doing my part to keep the virus at bay here.
Wouldn't want to spread it through my forehead. Dumb.
Yeah, and other than the other usual idiots,
Right.
just do stupid stuff. So
Typical dumb people.
yeah, things
Mhm.
we've already talked about. So
Yep. All right. Old timey word of the week. Rake shame. One word. Rake shame. Rake shame.
Shame.
Yeah. It's a lewd, debauched fellow.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rake shame.
Yeah. After all night being at that, I was going to say something horrible. After all night partying, you're quite the rake shame. Had to clean that one up a little bit. All right, let's move things along and let's find out what Scott's drinking over there.
I'm drinking. I'll probably screw this up, but the Geodesic.
Sure, why not?
Okay, from Modern Times.
Yeah. 7.5%, 30 IBUs, 3.9 on Untapped, and 88 on Beer Advocate. Modern Times says, an IPA created with generous amounts of wheat, and a mountain of experimental 331, Mosaic, and Amarillo hops. Geodesic is at once assertive, complex, and massively refreshing with big, resinous flavors and aromas, complemented by a boatload of tropical fruit character. It's an intensely delicious combo that handily maintains this difficult balance of intriguing complexity and serious crushability. We feel really good about selling it to you. Do you feel really good about drinking it?
I feel really, really good about drinking it. It's a good beer.
That's good.
Yeah.
'Cause they feel good.
I like they put that in the description. We feel really good about selling you this one.
Which makes me question all their other beers.
Yeah, right? It's like the other ones we're not too sure about.
Yeah,
this one we feel really good.
We feel kind of bad about the other ones, but this one we feel good about.
We finally nailed it. Here you go.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah. What do you think of Geodesic?
It's pretty good. Yeah, I like it. A little bit of a tropical thing going on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as hoppy as they described, but it is still kind of hoppy. So
Yeah, that one's it's a hazy one, right?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, because 30 IBU is pretty low on the IBU, so I'm sure all the hops come in at the end of the boil and dry hop. I have not had that experimental 331 hop, so I don't really know what flavors that brings out.
Experimental hops.
Yeah. It's dicey. Mm-hmm. Could be dangerous. Get hop flu or something.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could what other, it was how many hops in there with that one?
I think there's two others. There was the experimental 331, Mosaic, which I love, and Amarillo.
Oh man. I was trying to think if there's a way you could you could single out a hop, but it's probably hard when they're all mixed together.
Yeah. It'd be easier if they said at the beginning of the boil, we used all 331 and we dry hopped with all Amarillo, because you go the bitterness comes from 331. So anyways, but yeah, I haven't had that one. So cool. And they had the malt bill on there. 2-row flaked wheat, white wheat, raw wheat, a lot of wheat in that beer, and that's what gives it that
wheat.
Hazy. Will Wheaton. It gives it all that haziness. So very nice. I need to get my hands on that one. It sounds good.
It's a good beer.
All right, let's check in with the world of sports, see what's going on over there.
And now, the sports, brought to you by cleaninguptheglass.com.
Whether it's the Baltimore Chop or the 1-2 punch, it's time for sports.
It is indeed. The Chiefs have locked in Patrick Mahomes all the way through 2031, and he has the ability to make up to $503 million.
And if you're a Raider fan, it's going to be a long 10 years, buddy. Fuck.
He is now the highest paid athlete in American sports.
Could
Not
be
just
anybody
the NFL.
in that division. It could be a long 10 years.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's over. That's crazy. I mean, he's already won the fucking championship. Only took him fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, he's right behind you. Look out.
That's right. I don't want to choke on my words or anything, but I think Mahomes is the real deal.
You know what I'm saying?
He just looks so good out there, and he's so young and is just making great quarterback decisions. Not just talented, but his decision making is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
It's just
the hardest thing to train.
Yeah. The mental as well as the physical. He's just
unbelievable.
At his age, too. Jeez.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. The only hope I have as a Raider fan is when he gets hurt, which will probably happen. You know what I mean? 1 year, 2 years out of those 10, maybe.
Possibly
you know what I mean?
cheap shot from a Raider.
Yeah, or for me, I might come out of the stands and whack him, dude.
Nancy Kerrigan his ass.
You know what I'm saying? It's the only chance we got.
That's true.
Man.
Just hoping that year that the Raiders kind of pull a team together, he hurts that ACL or something.
You know, it would be nice, if the Raiders had like a defensive player on the other side of the ball that could kill him, like Khalil Mack, or, before they fucking traded him. Oh, man, dude.
Oh.
Ridiculous.
Bad memories for Dan.
Stupid.
Yes. I don't know if you guys are excited, but August 1st, the NHL's returning to finish their season.
Oh, shit. They
didn't
paused?
finish?
Yeah, I know.
Haven't we all heard that a few times?
Nobody cared. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody was updating us on how many hockey players got the Rona or anything. That
Nothing. It's
sucks,
like-
man.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
Either the NHL has been super good and has been staying home just this entire time and not leaving the house, or nobody cares.
Or maybe the Rona can't survive in the cold.
Oh, maybe so. Yes, because they live on ice.
That's true.
Yeah.
So August 1st, everybody. Nothing says hockey like August.
It's
Why we
crazy.
have arenas. Yeah.
Well, they did their Stanley Cup in June, right? Or like late May, so they're kind of used to it.
They're basically on the basketball season now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think all the sports are like starting up right around the same time. So
yeah, pretty much.
You'd think hockey should finish up around March.
You'd think so,
right?
Before the rinks would melt, because I'm sure back in the day they had to finish up by March.
Yeah.
So Stanley Cup Finals turn into a swim off.
Water polo.
Yeah. Marco.
Oh man.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, the Bucks shut down their entire practice facility after their coronavirus testing results came back.
Oh geez.
Oh shit.
They did not say who or what or when, but they just got the results back and shut it down.
It was Giannis.
He is a bit of a rake shame.
Yeah. I think had it been anyone else, they would have said, "Oh, play on this guy," but it was Giannis. They don't want it to go out. They're like, "Hey, everybody just go home. We'll handle this."
Well, it's
But you
just
know,
like
we hear all the time about this player on any baseball, basketball. This player they just found out today that he's tested positive. I'm worried that when it gets down to the day that they actually start the season, they're going to say, "No, cancel it. There's too many guys that are testing positive."
I'm waiting for that too, especially
Yeah.
once they're in Orlando all together for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And like if LeBron and AD have it, then forget it. Just cancel
never
the whole
mind.
season.
That's it. Yeah.
We don't need it.
The only reason they're doing the season is for LeBron anyway.
That's right.
Right. Well, let's be honest. I think LeBron already had it.
Could
If
be.
you remember when everything got shut down and they were testing everybody because what's his name was spreading it throughout the
Rudy
league.
Gobert.
Yeah. But do you remember that like right after that the Lakers reported that two of their players had it and they wouldn't say who it was?
Oh, that's right. They didn't do it either. Oh yeah. Wow. So
Two players and they
Could've
wouldn't say who it was.
So when they don't say it, it's the star player.
Yeah. To me that just meant LeBron and AD.
Yeah, me too. That's what I heard.
Yeah. I didn't hear fucking dude from Spain or
Nope.
anything like
I
that.
didn't hear that shit.
Well, I can't think of anybody's name tonight, but you know what I'm saying.
Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels. Yeah, it wasn't
None of
any
that.
of those fuckers. It was it was two guys they did not want to name. That's true.
Apparently, it wasn't Bradley either because he's not going.
No, yeah, that's right.
He's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, I'm done.
Wasn't Bradley, yeah. Because if it was some bench warmer, they'd want the free press.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, but it wasn't. So
And going to baseball, Mike Trout said he doesn't want to play, and they're talking today about how that's going to hurt baseball. He's like the best player in baseball.
a lot of players are dropping out in baseball.
Yeah.
Well, I think baseball has the worst. Well, I say worst plan. I don't know the NFL's plan. They're not saying shit. But
No,
baseball still plans on traveling. They're going to play at stadiums. Like, why don't you just pick a central location like basketball? I think that's the best idea. If you're going to try and do it, you got to quarantine everybody inside of a fence and not let people in or out.
What's the point of traveling to stadiums that no one's going to be able to go to the
no
games?
kidding. That's kind
Right.
of dumb.
Doesn't make any sense.
And think about it from a cost standpoint. It's going to cost so much more to prepare the field at Dodger Stadium than it would at whatever training facility.
Yeah, it's probably the Yankees because they know they can't hit home runs out of any other stadium than their own. It's like a fucking kiddie park over there, dude. I could knock one out of Yankee Stadium.
It's either the Yankees or it's the Astros because they have their cameras set up already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
be.
they don't
And,
want
yeah,
to
they
play
have their
without
own-
their trash cans.
They would have to bring their trash cans with them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were gonna originally wasn't baseball gonna like do it all like in Arizona, their
That's
spring
what I had
training
heard,
facilities.
but now I'm hearing
Now
that
they changed
stadiums
their
are
mind
gearing
on
up, and maybe
That's
I'm
kinda-
wrong, but what I heard is stadiums are
Yeah,
gearing
I
up and they're
don't
going to play in their stadiums and travel. I'm just like, travel? That's like the worst idea ever.
Yeah, that's kind of. But there's not going to be people there, right?
No, especially not.
So what a waste of time of traveling.
Well, that's so dumb,
Yeah.
considering, like, I think you had mentioned earlier that baseball, they have it right. They're always 6 feet apart from everybody.
Right.
That's the one sport you can depend on them to do that.
Yeah.
And now you're going to fuck it up by making them travel? Like, oh, man, dude.
Yeah, it's so silly.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to change that. Or somebody tell me I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've been hearing stuff about stadiums preparing for the season and stuff. I'm like, that's such a fucking waste.
That's
Yeah,
dumb.
no kidding.
Really dumb. So, and even if it was like 3 centralized it should be one. But even if it was like 3 centralized locations, just to cut down on travel, that'd be better. But
Or even one per division, maybe.
yeah, but this whole thing where you gotta like fly and that's so silly.
That's insane.
Yeah, unnecessary. I don't blame people, especially in baseball, for dropping out at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You're just asking for it. So, all right, cool. Well, I got a beer to talk about. We got Beer Babe of the Week. Dan's got a movie. Got some booze news. If you don't mind, I'm gonna crack mine open over here.
Have your beer too.
I am so excited to be drinking this one. If everyone remembers, a couple weeks ago, I talked to Marcus Baskerville of Weathered Souls Brewing, the creator of the Black is Beautiful beer. And I have here in my sweet little hands,
Oh, hey.
Mumford Brewing's version of the Black is Beautiful collaboration beer. This one is 10%. It's an Imperial Stout, has a 4.32 in Untapped. As I said, it's from Mumford Brewing here in Los Angeles. They say it's an Imperial Stout brewed with coffee and cacao. This is a collaborative effort to raise awareness of the injustices people of color face daily and to raise funds for police brutality reform and legal defense for those who've been wronged. Conceptualized by Weathered Souls Brewing, with over 900 breweries from all 50 states and 17 countries now participating, which I think when I talked to Marcus, it was in the 400s, and now it's in the 900s.
Nice.
It's insane. Our brew was made possible by generous donations of supplies from BSG Craft, Omega Yeast, Blue Label Packaging, and Bicycle Coffee LA. Proceeds from the sales of this beer will be donated to ACLU of Southern California. First of all, this beer is fucking delicious. They added the coffee and the cacao. On the nose, it is straight up cold brew. It's like drinking a cup of Joe in the morning. It's so good. The flavor, it basically follows the nose. You get you get a lot of bit of coffee up front, and then it finishes super chocolatey. To steal one from Dan, it's got a great mouthfeel.
Ooh.
It's not so thick where it's motor oil, but not so thin where it doesn't sit on your tongue.
Oh.
When you take one sip and after it just sits on your tongue and you taste that cacao for a while. It is so good. In fact, I'm going to take a sip real quick.
Cacao. It's pretty cool, man.
Little Lightning McQueen over there. It's so good and goes to a great cause, of course. And I wanted to throw this one out to the listeners of us. For every Black is Beautiful that you tag the Unfiltered Gentleman on Instagram, that was a hard word to come up with. Every tag with Black is Beautiful beer you're drinking, tag the gentleman so we can see it. And for every tag you do, I'm going to donate $1 to Campaign Zero, which is one of the ones I've already donated to, and I want to keep donating. So tag us, the Unfiltered Gentleman, in your Black is Beautiful posts on the gram, and for every one, I'll keep track, and I'll donate $1 to Campaign Zero. And when I told this to the wife, she's like, what if you get a lot of people tagging you? I was like, well, may have to cut this off at a certain point. But
Yeah, make them cut it off.
yeah, but for now, tag us,
That'd be
and I'll let you
hilarious.
know when I can't afford anymore.
Yeah, I want to know what the limit is, so let's check it out.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not going to be hitting the thousands of dollars. So, so just tag us, and I'll let everybody know when we've hit that limit, and my wife leaves me. So she's like, he was such a good man, but threw all his money away. Not threw it away, but donated it all away. So
For a good cause.
yeah, it's a really good cause, and the beer is really good. I'm so glad. I was like, they could just kind of like whip this up and try and make a little donation, and it might suck. This one does not suck. This is so good, and I've already pre-ordered the one from Firestone, so that should be here. I think the middle of July is when Firestone is shipping theirs. So very excited to try all of these. and to support a worthy cause. And one more time, reiteration, tag us in your posts and go back to batch 206 and listen to my interview with Marcus and talk about the project and then the beer and everything else. So go check that out. All right, very cool. Dan's got a movie. We got some news. Oh, and of course we can't forget the beer babe of the week. So let's get right into it.
There's nothing better than a babe with craft beer. It's time for Beer Babe of the Week.
It is indeed. Her name is Hannah, and you can follow her on the gram at Hoppy Hannah, Hoppy_Hannah. And this one, she's drinking Stone's Enjoy by, 10% over here, 70420. And she's very festive with her red, white, and blue. And she is always drinking all kinds of good beers. So make sure you go follow her at Hoppy_Hannah on the gram. I think you'll be glad you did. All right, let's move on. Dan saw a movie.
All right, so I watched Good Boy. Or did I? No, I watched Good Boy. Here's the thing, though. I was trying to look it up on IMDb. I couldn't find it. I could only find like all these other movies that were Good Boy. I was like, well, where the fuck is this movie? Basically, I had to find out that this is actually part of like a series that's on Hulu, and it's called Into the Dark. So,
okay.
And I've seen people kind of review it and say like, hey, they need to change the name because Into the Dark keeps putting out movies. Like, these aren't episodes, they're fucking movies. And it's hard to find them afterwards in IMDb because they're classified under the show. So, yeah, it was kind of confusing to find it. But, you know, you look it up on Hulu, it's going to be there. It stars Judy Greer, who you know from Archer. She does the voice of, Alyssa, I believe, is on the show. And she does a couple other, like, comedy things. I think she's been on Comedy Bang Bang, a podcast and stuff like that. But basically, what the movie's about is Judy Greer's character. She's pushing 40. She's still single. She wants kids. She wants a commitment from someone. And all she keeps running into are all these tall, dark, handsome men in their mid to late 30s. Like, there's something wrong with that. You know, what's wrong with being a tall, dark, handsome man in your mid to late 30s, having never been married or anything like that, no children? Sound like catches to me. But anyways, you know, so everyone's telling her, like, you know, because she's thinking about getting being a surrogate mother and all this stuff, and say, hey, maybe you should get like an emotional support animal, you know. So she goes to the pound and she gets this little dog, like even smaller than Marty the Brew Pup, like a small little dog, and he's so cute. And I think she names him Reuben. And so she starts going on, you know, she starts meeting like this dude, right? And he's such a jerk to her and everything like that. And she brings the dog along with her. And all of a sudden, like, the dude is like dead, you know, because he was being an asshole to her. And all of a sudden she goes to the restroom, comes back out, the dude's dead. And she's just looking at the dog, and it's this little dog, and he's like full of blood on him. And it's like,
he's really Wolf Cop.
Exactly. It's like, what happened here? That's kind of the movie. So it's pretty much anybody who kind of pisses this chick off or looks like it's going to give her some problems. Her emotional support dog is on the prowl. So, and you start to wonder, like, is it really the dog? Is it her? What's going on here? But like I said, just the most adorable little dog you've ever seen in your life. And he's out there killing people, apparently. And, again, this is one of those weird movies that I haven't watched in a long time, you know. It's something along the lines of Wolf Cop or something like that. I gotta say, like, the writing to me, like, kind of got a little dicey when, like, the first couple murders or so, she starts covering up for the dog. Like, she's like, oh, like, did you do this? How could you do this? You're only 10 pounds, you know what I mean? But she starts covering up for the dog. Like, for me, if, like, you know, we're going to do the show and all of a sudden we saw Scott dead in the bathroom and Marty standing over him, I'd be like, okay, clearly what happened
Good boy,
here.
Marty.
Yeah, Scott like fell over and Marty just started eating him. Like, Marty didn't kill Scott. That's impossible.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, so, but right away she just puts it together and says, oh, wow, my dog is killing people. To me, I felt like that was like a little not believable. But, You know, on the other hand, what she's supposed to do is she's supposed to keep calling and saying, hey, this person I know is dead. You know,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because she's going to be connected to that. So I don't know. To me, like, I felt like it was a good movie. You know, like it passed the time. There's blood and stuff like that, which is good. And it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, just the idea of this cute little dog killing people. I thought it was hilarious. So
Nice.
I say go out and, you know, have a couple beers, watch this movie. Good way to pass the quarantine, I think.
And you're right. It wasn't that easy to find. I did finally find it on IMDb.
Yes.
And it has it listed as a TV show.
Exactly.
It has episodes and seasons. So the Good Boy one, according to IMDb, is a show in that season.
Right. Isn't that weird though? But it's like
It is
almost like 2 hours. So like, how is that really a show?
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's its own movie. It's a movie. But
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
a TV episode. Oh, it says 90 minutes. So yeah, that's a long TV show.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's classified as a show, but really it's kind of a movie. So check it out.
Oh,
90 minutes. It's the length of Wolf Cop. I recommend it.
Sounds kind of like the Twilight Zone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. I should check out a couple more movies or shows from them.
And Steve Guttenberg's in it.
That's right. Yeah. Steve Guttenberg is in it. That's right.
I'm glad to see he's still alive.
Yeah, Maria Conchita Alonso was also in that movie, and man, she used to turn me on back in the '80s when I was a little kid, but not anymore, man. She's not looking good, poor thing.
Poor Maria.
Yeah, what a bummer. She's
Yeah.
a hot tamale.
Oh, I didn't ask you. So you drank along with it, right?
Oh, definitely. I was cracking up. It was good stuff.
Thinking about me being murdered by Marty really got you going.
As an example.
Yeah, I didn't even hear the rest of the review. That reminds me, Marty needs more treats.
Oh man.
Oh dear. If anybody's from the law enforcement's listening, that's not true.
No,
No,
Yeah,
definitely not.
No, don't bang our doors down.
No killer dogs here.
Yeah, none here. Let's listen. Jesus, let's talk about some news.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for booze news.
So if you remember a few years back, Green Flash bought Alpine Brewing, and according to a lot of people, drove it into the ground. And then a couple years ago, Green Flash had their own issues. They went into foreclosure. Short story long, they're now owned by a investment group. They're no longer owned by them. And part of that, when the COVID hit and things got a little rough, that investment group fired all the Alpine staff that was still on board, including the head brewer. Well, Pat McElhenney and his son, the founders of Alpine Brewing, are now going to start their own brewery again. Of course, it won't be called Alpine because the bank still owns the name. It'll probably be called McElhenney Brewing. But the original brewery that Alpine had lived in is no longer needed by the new Alpine Brewing. And so they have purchased it back from the bank. So they'll be starting a new brewery in their old brewery.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, they're buying it back. I was like, what a great way to do that. Like, you already know your equipment. You know the ins and outs. You just put a new sign on the door and you're good to go.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to listen to that back just to figure out how they did that. It sounds like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like too easy. Like, that's crazy.
Well, the bank's basically just keeping the Alpine name, and they'll do all the contract brewing at Green Flash. They won't need the Alpine brewery anymore. So they're kind of liquidating some assets, diversifying their bonds, and you knew that was going there.
Yeah, well, it reminds me of like when in the Simpson episode when like Krusty the Clown got like in debt and like owed the IRS a whole bunch of stuff, so like he had to like liquefy all his assets and everything. So then IRS owned Krusty Burger and they called it IRS Burger. There's like a
Sounds
tax
about right.
guy in front of the logo and everything. So stupid. Sorry.
I haven't seen that. What else? Oh, Allagash founder Rob Tod, 2 first names. Don't trust the guy. Rob Tod has recovered from the Rona. He had the Rona.
Oh, shit.
And they asked him how it was, other than having to ride it out and having some fever and horrible illness. My health has been great. I've been exercising every morning, trying to get out and surfing whenever I can, so I've been holding up. So it seems like he went through it and wasn't too bad. He worked the entire time from home, didn't want to infect anybody, but glad to hear he made it through.
Yeah, I wonder if he didn't say like he lost any weight or anything like that, or
the article did not say.
Well, they probably don't go into specifics, but it seems like anybody who gets that like gets all sucked up afterwards.
Yeah. I hear some people get GI issues with the Rona.
Oh, really?
Get that diarrhea.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Potential side effects. So you definitely lose some weight at that point.
I don't need that.
Yeah, he's just like, he worked through it, but it sounds like he's good to go.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
Even though he has 2 first names.
Other than that, yeah.
Right.
That's what he said. Other than having 2 first names, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Hard seltzer consuming is down this summer. Last year, 49.5% of drinkers said they drank a hard seltzer. This year, 38% plan to drink one during the summer. Good job, everybody. Back to beer.
That's interesting.
I think last year wasn't it kind of new? I mean, they're just like getting into the market and stuff.
That's when it really was kicking off, and White Claw was all brotastic.
Yeah, so they tried it and like, this is crap. Let's just go back to the real stuff.
That's right. Nobody drinks that crap anymore.
Back to beer, everybody.
Have some of that.
Yeah. Let's drink like a man for once.
It's called white crap.
Now's probably a bad time to admit that I'll drink a Truly here and there.
Oh, damn it.
It is a bad time.
Yeah.
You're letting us down. You're part of the numbers now.
I know. Well, you know what it is? It's the low carb thing. So like if I'm going to have a few beers, I'll start off with a good beer, and then I'll have a Truly to kind of pass the time and lower the carb intake, and then I'll have another beer instead of having 3 beers.
You're part of that 38% there.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like, I hate to sound like the Nutty Professor's like cousin or whatever. It was like, Sherman, you just got to exercise. You start exercising, you get your metabolism up. You can drink whatever you want. Here, go ahead, have some beers.
That's all I need to do, apparently. Yeah. And then, of course, the Rona. England has reopened pubs. They reopened on Saturday. I guess England wanted to support July 4th, ironically. They opened up all their pubs again on Saturday, and chaos ensued. People were apparently like falling into the river drunk. It was that first drunk after months of being at home. Yeah. It's like
probably lighting up all those fireworks and scared them.
Right. They're celebrating the 4th with us.
All these beers have made me thirsty. I think I'm going to jump into the lake here.
Yeah, it was apparently
they didn't drink at home or something there? What happened?
Yeah, did they just go dry for 3 months and then the bars open?
They jumped into the drink, dude.
Thanks to the drink, they jumped into the drink.
That's right.
What else? Oh, a drunk man wearing a leather jacket and sweater in 91-degree heat was arrested. Police made contact Sunday evening with a 53-year-old man who appeared intoxicated. He reportedly told police he drank 8 tall boys and was walking home with 3 more beers.
Whoa.
When asked why he was wearing a leather jacket and a sweater in 91-degree heat, he said he was too drunk.
No, damn it.
He said, hey.
He was issued a summons for drunkenness and left in care of Ohio Health Mansfield Hospital.
He's like, he should have just said, hey, how else do you think you could drink 8 tall boys? I'm sweating off the beers over here. He drinks 1 beer, it's out of his pores already, probably.
That's true, yeah, especially if he's drinking cheap tall boys.
You know?
On to Ohio. Akron police arrested a man following a bizarre incident at a Subway restaurant. Employees said the man, identified as 44-year-old Don Peters, was visibly... Not LeBron either, it is Akron. Was visibly drunk and belligerent. He damaged the plexiglass, then walked behind the counter and started to make his own sandwich.
Oh, damn it.
When the
officers... You want it done right.
Yeah, especially at Subway.
Yeah.
When officers searched Peters, they found a bottle of vodka and a block of Subway cheese in his pocket.
Subway drink fresh.
Yes.
Fresh.
He was charged with disorderly conduct, open container, and criminal damaging. He was taken to Summit County Jail.
And making a terrible sandwich. Yeah. Imagine if they put that on there. It's like, sir, that was awful.
And you're drunk and you're going to go break into someplace and make a sandwich. You decide Subway's your best option?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he is drunk. That just proves right there.
I guess so.
Hey, walked into a Subway. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, that's
I
gross.
don't know. It's hard to like pay. I don't know. I can't see paying top dollar for like a sandwich.
Especially not a Subway sandwich.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could just make one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't go to the grocery store and buy the same exact shit Subway has.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about Subway.
Yeah, and your microwave won't charge you to toast it.
I know. That's the best. Hey, you want to toast it for like 50 extra cents? Like, no, are you fucking crazy?
I'd like the Don Peters footlong, please.
Oh,
whoa. Do you
hello.
now?
said Jared.
Yeah. Do you think when he got to his cell, they were like, hey, is that a block of cheese in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Swiss. And then finally, drunk Chesterfield man nearly drowns on Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh, shit.
A drunk 25-year-old man nearly drowned at Lake of the Ozarks last weekend, but was rescued by Water Patrol troopers. The Missouri State Highway Patrol, which operates the water division, reports authorities were called to the area near the popular lakefront bar, Shady Gators, where a Chesterfield, Missouri man became extremely intoxicated, kicked and punched a security guard, and had been kicked out of the bar. Authorities say he went swimming in the lake, and when troopers arrived by boat, they found the man struggling to keep his head above the water. He was reportedly bobbing beneath the surface and gurgling. Troopers say they threw a Type 4 ring buoy to him, but the man did not attempt to grab it. So a trooper jumped in, grabbed the man, swam to a patrol boat. However, the patrol says the man fought troopers by stiffening and refusing to comply with their instructions to get on the boat. It took 2 people to get him aboard. Once on the patrol boat, authorities say the man was handcuffed, and then he said he was going to vomit. He was moved to the side of the boat so he could vomit over the side, but authorities say he then tried to jump overboard. The man was pulled back to the deck and then allegedly bit a trooper's knee.
Oh, my God.
The troopers say they got the man to a nearby dock where he kept trying to pull away from their grasp, so they carried him up the hill to a waiting ambulance where he tried to bite a Lake Ozarks EMT.
Maybe he needed a sandwich.
Apparently.
Well, isn't that what fish do when you flop around, you put your finger in and they're going to bite you? You know what I mean? Like, they just pulled him out of the drink. They should have made sure he was out.
Yeah. Nothing like 4th of July, man.
Yeah, some kind of a story, a constant here with alcohol and water. Mm-hmm. Some kind of a lesson we should learn from there somehow.
Can't figure out what it is, but we should learn it.
It's crazy.
Come to me.
I was in Jamaica one time with a whole bunch of friends, and one of my buddies got really we were all trashed. You know what I mean? But this dude
Shocking.
all of a sudden started darting towards the beach and just jumped into the water. We're like, oh shit. Can he swim really well? Because he's going out there.
Can he at least float?
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't know anything about him swimming. And then so we had somebody go look for him, and they pedaled out to these ships that were abandoned, and there were these Jamaican dudes that went on the ship, and then somebody had to go rescue them because their boat took off. I was like, how do you guys leave the boat unattended? What's wrong with you guys? So, long story short, they didn't find him. Eventually, we found him. He swam back around. I guess he did a circle around the boats and came back. I'm like, holy shit, dude, you're fucking Aquaman when you're drunk, dude. We didn't know that about you.
Oh, geez. Long story short, he'll be missed.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, man. Still to this day, we call him Aquaman.
What a shit show.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's crazy.
All right, well, good shit. I think that's all we got. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thanks for joining along, for drinking along. Don't forget, tag us in those Black is Beautiful posts. We want to see them. Find us at theunfilteredgentleman.com, on the socials at The Unfiltered Gentleman, except for Twitter at Unfiltered Gents. And don't forget, drunk dial us, 805-538-BEER, 2337. I think that's everything. I thank you for joining us. And don't forget, listen to the interview with Marcus Baskerville, batch 206, especially if you're drinking that Black is Beautiful beer. Hope everyone stays extremely well hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.